And then we went to Mexico. We almost had a bug, and then just had emergency surgery and had an appendectomy that went sideways.
Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty
Similar. You can still use without it. These are not fitting.
So thank you all for coming this morning. Thank you for all for joining us. All of our AI note takers are firing up at this point, which is good. So hopefully this will actually, my owl will catch up to me here in a second. There it is. So have you seen the owl? Okay, so it does a 360 view, and then as each person talks, it focuses in on them. So it's going to focus in on me. When you start talking, it'll focus in on you.
Wow.
Interesting. It's right here.
Okay, here we are.
Interesting thing. So, hey, everybody, thank you for joining us this morning. I'm going to hit our core value and then give the floor to Liz with McKnight Title. So this morning, our core value is we position our clients as their heroes, and strive to add value as their guides. Our job is to serve our clients and ultimately do what is in their best interest. Our interests are secondary to theirs, and we communicate in a way that places their needs and wants at the center. At the same time, we are always looking for ways to make someone's experience better and constantly add more value. We are never content with where we are at from a value perspective, but working to increasingly add to what we can offer and wow our clients. Tying that into several things that we're going to talk about today with our sponsors today, we have Liz with McKnight Title, which always, if you're not using McKnight Title, I highly encourage it. They're great to work with. Love working with them. We also have Brett Veno, which is Phil's brother. He's going to be here. He's actually outside right now, and he'll come in a minute. And then we have Jordan Formby and Connor with Pyvot Homes out of Aledo. So I'm trying to add value to what your tool deck is, where your tool belt is, by giving you a lot of different stuff this summer. So I hope that you'll join me every Wednesday as we go through this stuff. But as we add value to our clients, we have to be added to as well. And so that's what we're hoping to do all this summer. So this is Liz. We all know Liz. So let's say hi.
Hi, guys. Well, it's been a minute since we've been here, and I laugh that every time I come, I say that we've opened new offices. So I'm back again. We've opened a few new offices, and for real this time, we're kind of done growing, but we have added a bunch of offices in South Texas. So we got 2 in Austin, 2 in San Antonio, 1 in New Braunfels, Conroe, sort of a random offshoot of those. And then we were in Castroville, which is a really tiny office in the suburb outside of San Antonio. So those are our new McKnight Title offices. So if you do any business in South Texas, we have offices there, but obviously your focus is going to be in the Metroplex. For those of you who don't know us, we are headquartered on Camp Bowie, across the street from Kincaid, kind of our main office. We have offices in Willard Park, Weatherford, Burleson, Granbury, Alliance, and Southlake. So pretty much anywhere in the DFW area, we have an office. And all of those offices we're sort of on a cloud, right? So any closer can work out of any office. If you have people dropping off earnest money in Southlake and they want to sign in Fort Worth or vice versa, all of our people are interchangeable and all of our systems are that way. We've launched a new system, which I know some of you have used, which is a cloud-based portal system called Qualia Connect, which we've gotten there. You know, we have some agents that respond, I don't do portals, some of our older agents, so we can work around that. But the nice part is for those, and I feel like y'all are techier than most, it's a secure portal for we just had, I know I came and talked to you guys a few months ago about wire fraud and everything else, and it's bigger and better than ever. So one of the things with that is securely getting your seller's information and social security numbers and all of that, account numbers, secure sort of in our system. For newer agents, you know, I think we do a really good job, and Jordan and I talked a lot about this, as sort of being a local born and bred company. Our CEO and founder is from Fort Worth. He's here. He's in the Camp Bowie office. You see his face. We are not a corporate entity with franchisees and fee offices. So we are here to be your partners in this. I think as things get more complicated and the more transactions that you do, when you're dealing with deaths and divorces and difficult situations, we are here to be a resource for you. And I think a lot of times we see agents be like, I was embarrassed to ask, or I didn't want to reach out and bother, but we really do want no questions are done. When we work with you, we become a text us at Friday night to go, I'm trying to put this offer in and I can't figure out how to do this, because typically we've seen it 10,000 times, and we know for y'all every transaction is different. So we are here. We are happy to help. I know we worked with a bunch of you in the room, and look forward to getting to know those of you who haven't. I'll leave my information out here. I have a little bit, some tape measures and some information just about title insurance. You would be surprised. I mean, we have agents who have been doing this a long time and are like, still don't get it.
Why'd you point at me?
Sorry, not you, not you. Not Gracie. And Gracie is a former McKnight title employee, so she can tell you about her people. But it's a nice little resource that you can, and I can give it to you digitally if you want it to, just to give to your clients, because I know that's a question you guys get a lot. Like, I don't want to do this. What does this mean? Why am I doing it? And the good news is we have examples all the time of why you do need it. So I think that's all I've got. I'm glad to be here. We love working with you guys. We've worked with you guys for a long time. If you need anything, please reach out. We can help sponsor open houses. We can help with, the other thing I was going to say is, if you do say, hey, Capital Title has this really cool buyer and seller guide or whatever it is, we have pretty much every resource, or we can get it. So if there's ever anything that you need to, please reach out. There's a lot of things on the resources section of our website, but sometimes it's hard for us to get and it's just a lot of information. So dealing with different counties and different cities and everything. So
Thank you, Liz.
all about it, guys.
Thank you for breakfast. Appreciate it.
Oh gosh, Danielle, look how big you
I really, he's our bud. Okay, so second, we got Brett Veno and William Rams, correct? I did good. Okay, good. So this is Phil's brother, our pool and outdoor director, and he's got something special he'd like to share with you guys. Take it away.
So I'm sure, as y'all know, what's going on with my brother. He is currently sitting in ICU waiting on a heart. So we got him on the heart transplant list Friday, but because he is a builder, he's out, not going to be working for probably at the very minimum. They're saying about 8 months, give or take, before he's going to be able to get back. Once post-op, it's about 6 months of just recovery, no stress, and then he's going to be isolated due to different things. So we've been actively out trying to kind of raise money to help keep them afloat, keep things going. I don't know if y'all saw the GoFundMe. We got about $30,000 in there over the course of the week, but something I'm going to try to do to kind of help them out a little bit is any loan that I close that comes from 6th Avenue, I'm going to donate all of my commission over into his account. It's going to go in there. I'm going to obviously set some up because I'm going to pay taxes on it, but it's just going to be the easiest way. So what this does, it allows y'all to help sending leads over without any money out of y'all's pocket, and just let us handle it from there. We have a fantastic reputation in Rockwall. We do a lot in heat, so we do a lot of the high dollar builds out there. William, you want to kind of take it from there? This is my branch manager, William. We've been working together several years now.
I know y'all have, it sounds like y'all have a kind of a wide variety of mix. How long has everybody been in business?
5 years.
5 years?
7 years.
7 years? 8. Okay, so we've a lot of seasoned agents. So, and I know you'll probably already have, some referral partners that you already work with, but what are some things that y'all are struggling with right now in the market? It's not going to be our goal. I don't want to sit here and say, hey, we're the best lender. You should work with us. I want to figure out ways that we can help y'all market, do different things, help you save loans, those kinds of things that y'all are facing right now. What kind of struggles are you facing with right now?
People asking for $20,000 rate buy-down. Like sellers not wanting to give concessions for buyers in low price point homes that need concessions.
Yeah.
Just because they still think it's seller's market and they don't want their house to sit there. But so kind of getting the buyers and sellers on the same page with what's going on with the market.
Right.
And like she said, just trying to get the rate low enough that the first time home buyer can afford it, or that's what I'm struggling with.
Well, and so on those situations, how long are those homes typically on the market?
Just depends on the area, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a $300,000 house that sat on the market just for a few weeks before we got an offer, but we had one buyer walk through that house.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was the one that put the offer on. But it's weird, like I didn't even get any calls. No one ever even said, "Can I get a backup offer?" It's so slow. Like that price point of that first time home buyer house.
Right.
It's hard to get that first time home buyer in a house at that like
I mean, I think it all-
275, 325.
I think it all, because even my listing is, we're listed at 485 and it's a first time home buyer, but they're who are asking for a $20,000 buy down.
20,000 seems pretty steep.
I mean,
I mean,
much
I would say- I would
less.
say you're like 10.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we can work with 10,
It's
but
usually like a great buy down.
right.
So,
You know, there's different programs that are out there. I'm sure you're all aware of, you know, the 2-1 buy down and the 3-2-1 buy down. I'm not a huge proponent of the 3-2-1 just because it costs an extra 2% compared to the 2%, 2-to-1 buy down. I think it's a waste of money to spend that extra money. I would say either hold on to it or use those extra funds if you're going to go that route to apply those pros and costs. But I do think that the buy down programs are a great tool, especially for, you know, people that are very payment sensitive. A lot of times I also like to look at it saying, hey, well, let's look at it from a closing cost perspective. Like, what does that look like? You know, from a cash close, let's save that money for whenever it comes time to refinance. But in saying that, it's every situation is going to be different. At Cross Country, we have more tools and more programs that are out there that a lot of lenders don't do. Brett specializes in a lot of VA. He does a lot of one-time close construction products. But we have tools like let's say you have somebody that doesn't have a job, but they have assets. They have enough funds to be able to do it, but they still want a loan. They don't want to pay cash. You know, have their money working for them versus throw it all into a home that's they're only getting their appreciation. I mean, what other tool programs?
There's a big one is the renovation loan. Have y'all run into any deals that are investor only type things?
Mhm.
As long as we have a certificate of occupancy at one point, we can lend on that house. So it doesn't need to be investor only. So we come in, we can do a renovation bill on it. We can get it brought up to snuff, get it past the appraisal, and we're good to go. So, but then like what he mentioned, one-time construction as well. So if you know any builders, obviously, you know, we have probably the best one-time construction close program in the world. Like, and then I can say that as looking at all the other ones, like it's a great program. So,
well, one kind of close. I mean, so you don't have to have 5, 10, 20, or 10, 20% to build a house. We can go FHA and conventional with 3.5 to 5% down. To build a home with on a one-time close with that little amount of money is awesome. We can partner with builders to be able to get some closing costs to help reduce people's cash to close. So that's a great tool.
on VA, real quick on VA one-time close, we literally had veterans close, no money out of pocket, and they're making 0 payments on that house also built. They don't start paying on it until they move in and they get that certificate of occupancy. That's when that loan modifies and they start their payments. So if you know any veterans that are looking to build, it is that, in my opinion, is where that loan really shines, is with veterans. So, I mean, imagine you're just go and sign the paperwork and you're living your life for 8 months while you build your house, and home's complete, you get in it, you're good to go.
What's the loan cap for VA?
0. There's no loan cap. 2 million, I think 2 million.
2 million?
On a one-time close, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2
No,
million.
not just like,
On
just
VA,
on
there's-
not a new home, but
There's no doubts that if they don't have a current VA entitlement use.
Yeah. They can go, we've done 2 million plus.
That means they don't have a current loan out on a house of some sort. So as long as they have sold that house, then they have a, okay.
Correct.
that
You
is an
can't
entitlement.
have 2 VA loans at one time. It's just you have their current entitlement, and then there's
Okay.
what's called bonus entitlement that you're able to use. And there's just a calculation. If they've already used it and the house exceeds it, then they will have to bring a portion. It's 1/4 of whatever their extra bonus entitlement would be.
Does VA matter if they, so they can own a home and then do whatever they want with it, and then own another home and do whatever they want with it theoretically, and own another?
That's a great house hack that I love. I love house hacking, being able to educate, especially first-time home buyers. Hey, let's buy you a house today, and let's plan for 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road that let's turn this new house that you're going to buy into a rental, and let's just keep doing it. Obviously, you can
Okay.
say, hey, let's go buy duplexes and fourplexes and let's start hacking that way. But the great thing about VA is that being able to do 2 VA loans with nothing down, it's pretty incredible. and, teaching people about building wealth and so forth. I mean, y'all are in the real estate business. What have your homes appreciated over the last 5-10 years if you own a home? Most of them have gone up 100 to 200%. Where can you take either $10,000-$20,000 investment and make $100,000 in 5 years? You can't do it. You can't put that money into the stock market to make that kind of money unless you're really good at options, and most people would end up losing their butt. But as far as from we have some great tools as far as first time home buyers. We do a lot of the down payment assistance programs like TDHCA right now. They have their no assistance is in the low sixes. So that's a great tool to be able to use. Do y'all do much down payment assistance in this area for first time home buyers? And so we also have another down payment assistance that's not income generated or income based. So if somebody needs those funds, we can be able to close somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of assets, because a lot of the down payment assistance programs have income limitations that they have to, as far as
Can
their
you
family
give us a
size.
flyer on renovation loan?
We give them both.
Yeah, just kind of criteria
Yeah.
and things to
And we
look out
can
for.
actually build it out to you personally too.
Okay.
So that's your information on us if you want to hand it out to people. So again, with you, we'll get emails and everything, and we can.
Okay.
send it
Okay.
over. Here's the thing about cross country. There's a loan program out there for pretty much every scenario. Other than auto and commercials, those are literally the two ones we are not going to touch at first. If it's anything to do with real estate, there's a scenario or some kind of program that we can find a solution.
So I would imagine, this area, I would think that the renovation loan would probably be a great tool. Typically, how long are the houses sitting on the market? Do y'all have some distressed properties that you can come in
I've got
and
one particularly that's just sitting there that needs a few minor updates, but I mean, enough to discourage people.
Yeah.
I put an offer in.
Too.
so there's
Yeah,
But I'd like to have something that I can put maybe even in the MLS and the photo.
You can tear that home to the
Or
studs.
docs.
You can literally tear it down to the studs
Mhm.
and redo it. And
Well, I don't think it's worth a full renovation, but just seeing again, balance the cap, the rate, that sort of information, and then dumb it down to where I can understand it completely and be able to then.
Put it over to the buyer, market it to the buyer, because the buyer doesn't know that. And
I think this would be a
they can do
great
that.
lunch and learn, Phil. If y'all be willing, we can come out
Yes.
here. We can bring information, set up a lunch or something, and kind of go over all that for you and just break it down. But it truly is a game changer in terms of that loan program and getting rid of just that investor overlay. It allows other people to buy these homes that don't have the cash.
Okay, yeah.
with
Yeah.
y'all's building company, do y'all do some small renovation or no? Do y'all don't make it?
Everything, it needs to be, we're very precise with where we do the renovations. It usually has to be around here because that's where our contractors are, our PMs. We only have 2 PMs right now. And most of the time, it needs to be around $25,000 minimum renovations for us to be there.
Some people are like, hey, we're not touching unless it's 100. So
Yeah, we can't do like a shower install
Yeah.
or shower remodel, but if it's going to be a bathroom model, then we can talk about it.
the beauty of it, it's like you can come in and doctor up a house with very little money. Obviously, there's limitations. If you get over $35,000 on what you spend, then you have to get a HUD inspector to go out. But that's all part of the program. But it allows somebody to come in and it's like, oh, I don't really like this house. Well, you start giving them the vision. Well, hey, what if you come in and pick your own floors, come redo the cabinets, you can roll in your appliances, those kinds of things would be a great option for people. And it's a great tool to be able to use that you aren't having to go get a construction loan and put 20% down at the bank. Whereas you can buy this home with a renovation loan at 3.5 to 5% down.
Okay.
Total out of pocket.
So what I'll do is in the Slack follow up today and in the send me an email, I'll put Brett's information so that you guys, we can communicate with him and he'll send me, we're in email communication. So he'll send me stuff and I'll link it in to our Slack stuff.
And just one more time, like any loan that we close from y'all is literally, it will be going straight into my brother's account. So you're going to be helping him out. No money out of y'all's pocket. So, it's ultimately just literally let us take it. We're going to handle it. We'll do everything. And it just should be pretty smooth sailing from there and help him out and help that family.
Did they say how long he's gonna be on the transplant list? They have an estimation.
Until he gets a heart.
Just.
But he's the most common, isn't he?
Yes.
So I was gonna say, like,
So-
how is his?
He's
So
a
priority 2,
Right.
priority 1 are going to be your ECMOs, and and they have to meet certain criteria when they're on that, like brain health, a lot of issues that people that are on ECMO are not really going to meet because it's kind of a life support type of thing. So there's very few of those in the country at any given time, if any at all. So priority 2 is your non, next step. So they said they've seen priority 2 come in as little as 6 hours from being on the list. It could take a couple of months. Now he's a negative, so it is a little bit harder to match. But we're in, as the doctor kind of jokingly put it, we're in motorcycle season. So things kind of tend to move a little faster through the season, and it's just summer.
I know, I get it, but
So we're just we're waiting, and that's all there is.
well, and our prayers are with you guys, your family. We keep you in our emails and our Slack messages, and we're always thinking about you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for making the drive.
You want to go stop by? He loves visitors, so it's better to stay in the wall all day.
He's in Dallas.
He's in Dallas. He was right down the street. He was, and then they transferred him to Heart Hospital.
Which is where?
75 and 635.
So, okay, so more.
He's at Medical City. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were like, this is out of our.
Brent, William, thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate you making the drive.
So we'll hang out. Can we hang out after?
You sure can. Yeah, we'll be done around 11 o'clock, so about 30 minutes. Okay, great. Thank you guys. Jordan and Connor, would you like to come on in and bring your stuff? And I've got your presentation queued up so we can get started when you guys are ready.
Okay, great. There's 2 reels. Hi, I'm Jordan Formby, and I'm with Pyvot Homes.
I'm trying to get there to get your
No, you're
presentation up.
good. It's fun. I see some familiar faces, and Tasha and Holly came out yesterday to see the neighborhood and see what we're doing. So we're working on, I'll kind of get you with where we're at and slideshow.
Ready to go when you are.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Okay. What I've learned is that I'm going to start with, we do hit the slideshow button.
Okay. Hit the slideshow button. Up there. Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
That will help. Okay. I'm going to start with our incentives because hopefully that helps you pay a whole lot of attention the rest of the time. So we're a brand new builder with a ton of experience, and I'll go into that in a second. But what we're offering, we've got 3 homes that are ready to go in the next 30 days. So what we're offering is $20,000 to your clients their way. So, y'all just read about a bunch of great lending programs that they can do that. They can do upgrades. They can take it off the price of the home. Like, we'll be flexible with what their financial needs are. For you guys, we are doing on our first 5 homes that we sell, we're doing a $5,000 realtor bonus. But if you're one of those first 5 realtors, you get that $5,000 on every home you sell with us through the end of 2025. And if you happen to sell 5 homes through the end of 2025, contract on 5 homes through the end of 2025 that close, then we'll do an exclusive trip for you and a special somebody.
Anyone, we can pick anyone.
You can pick it.
You have to take your broker. You have to take your broker.
Please, but yes, you can choose anyone. Okay, so that's the gist about where we're at. That's why you should pay attention. Oh wait, no, go back.
Back one?
Yeah, just because I'm going to give you the QR code really fast. If you scan that QR code.
Sorry, it just went crazy on me. Sorry.
If you scan the QR code, I'm going to have Connor
There you go.
pick a number. So, or I'll have y'all pick a number. But if you sign in right now and that signs into our system and we get you going in our system, then I'll leave this with somebody, an Arctic cup, but someone that uses it and will carry it around and tell everybody about Pyvot Homes. We've got a couple of things coming up. We've got a realtor event in Aledo. We're building in Aledo at Winton and Waits on June 18th, which is next Tuesday. I'm going on vacation between now and then, so I'm like, oh, here we go. But it's going to be cool to be sort of like lifestyle headshots, build a closing basket type thing. So we've got that coming up, and then we've got our grand opening in our model home on July 18th, and that QR code will start feeding you information and sending you invitations. There'll be awesome giveaways, things like that. So,
Now you ready?
yeah. You can go.
Good.
Okay, so where we're building in Aledo down here, up here is Aledo High School. This is 1187 that turns into Kelly Road. So that's, if you followed 1187, you'd hit here. If you turn and go Kelly Road, you're going to hit right here. So that's where we are. It's Aledo ISD, but pretty quick access to Fort Worth, Benbrook. I'm just realizing that kind of, so 20 miles, basically you're 20 minutes, Fort Worth, 20 minutes to Granbury, 15 to 20 to Aledo. So kind of a cool location.
I have a question from Patty. Patty, would you like to ask her question?
Yeah, you'll probably get to this. I was wondering about the community amenities, the HOA, and also what the earnest deposit is.
Okay, yes, we'll totally get to all of those things. I've got the HOA and all that coming up. Okay, Kelly Ranch, this is a master planned community. It's the fourth one in Aledo, so think Parks of Aledo, Walsh Ranch. This will be bigger than Parks. This will be bigger than the existing Walsh Ranch. Walsh has some extra land to grow into. But right now, Angela's seen it. If you drive out there, it looks like 8 to 9 houses in a field. It is going to look and be like Walsh. It has space here, say for a school. This is going to be a 10-acre, $10 million amenity facility. So 4 swimming pools, sport courts, pickleball, basketball, workout facility. It's going to be gorgeous. This La Dorada up here is high end. So think like a Montrachet or a Klein Park, if you're familiar with those. And then this all, like I said, all the lots are at least 60 feet wide on the front. So if you had been to like the original Parks of Aledo, original Walsh, those are those wider lots that feel more luxurious up to, so that's starting at 60 wide up to 70 and 80 wide, some corner lots. There's a few, we'll get to that. Anyways, okay. Yeah, so it's going to feel more luxurious. This is gated. This is commercial here. These will be townhomes in the future. This is an exclusive golf club. We are like 99.5% of the way there. They need to sign their final documents. Super luxury, super high end, big names tied to it. So it is going to ground and stabilize the area, but to purchase homes inside of there, you'll have to live inside of there. And to join the golf club, you'll have to live inside of there. So,
Wow.
but they're going to bring down some really, they're in charge of the commercial. So they're going to bring some really nice commercial once we start selling homes and getting people to move here.
So we all have golf course lots?
We do. Yeah, let's go to the next slide and I'll show you really fast. Okay.
Sorry, can you go back
Yeah.
to the last map?
Right.
That area will take
If not, it's
I'm
okay.
just trying to understand where this neighborhood is.
I understand. It's okay. I know.
Like in this,
So,
Like that's 377.
So
no,
this
not that, in this.
Oh, yeah, where's?
Yeah, like where are the
Okay.
houses?
well, that's okay. We're building in this first section of Rio Vista. So that'll show you on the next slide
Okay.
is our bigger map that you
Yeah,
just
okay,
kind
I
of
just
saw.
was trying to figure out where
It's
we were.
just this. So this is 238 lots
Got it.
that has started.
Okay,
They have started moving dirt here. So they're cutting that road right now.
okay.
This will be a next section to go up. And then that will be the
Got
next
it.
section to go up too. And
What
then they'll
river
start
is
building
that?
that amenity
Is that a
center.
river?
This is Bear Creek. Bear
Okay.
Creek. So Bear Creek, the neighborhood already exists. La Madera, all
Sorry,
of that.
Kristen was asking the
Oh.
question. I think we were all wondering.
Last point.
Guys, we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get you
yeah.
excited first.
Yeah.
I
smarter than
I
that at this point.
promise.
Like, we're all getting reeled in.
I know. I want you to want to live
Yeah.
here, and then we'll talk about the loan programs and how we can afford it. Okay, next
Thank you. I appreciate
slide.
that.
No, you're good. I
Uh,
mean, the maps help. It just really helps.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Bear Creek again, 8-acre park, 200 plus lots here. This is gated. So again, if you think Walsh community, this will be very similar, but gated. That's a huge difference that we have, something that we have to offer. But it'll be the 225 HOA, which is here. Okay. So 225 HOA, but that includes your front lawn mowed. That includes, we'll have to take care of the streets inside the gates because that makes them private. 8-acre park, 2 gigs of fiber included. And then in the future, that amenity center, which should, again, they're starting it, that should roll out in the next 1.5 to 2 years.
How often of a price increase for HOA are they?
Honestly, they haven't set, again, it's so brand new. Right now today, they've even talked about like starting a little bit under 225 because the amenity center isn't there. But yeah, we need to get people there to support it. And then it's not capped. I've asked that. But I mean, the goal is to keep it low for everybody. So, but yeah,
No pit, no mud, no.
it is a mud. Yeah. So your taxes, including the mud, are 2.8. The mud is capped at 1%. So I'm including the mud in that, but the mud is capped. Again, it'll start out lower, but it won't ever go above 1. Okay. What else? Any other questions on this? Got it. Okay.
The orange ones are pivot.
The orange ones are pivot. Thank you. Okay. So these down here, this all backs up to the golf club. So that will back up there. Again, you won't necessarily have access to it, but it's gorgeous. All of these are really pretty. What Pivot tried to do is go in and pick up lots that would be a little bit less expensive, but still to us, the best lots. We picked up a lot of corners, flat lots, things that your buyers will think are important. But we're at a higher price point, but these are all starting over $1 million.
So what
Back up
other
here.
builders in there then?
So this is in the builder, is probably what y'all would be familiar with. There's another builder called Stonefield that's coming over from Rockwall. They've been around for about 5 years, but this is their first time out west. So they are under construction, and then we've got Brightland and a higher end Sandlin. They've got building whatever. So Sandlin, and then the last builder is going to be the person that picked up the golf course. They are going to build inside this because they are very motivated to keep this high end because it's backing up to their property. So they want this to stay a luxury area. So again, so you'll probably find
Sorry, I'll hit the wrong button.
back up in here, you're probably going to find stuff starting around $1 million to maybe 2.5, depending on if someone builds big. Here, interior, you're going to start around 650 up to 1.2-ish on the interior lots. Would be my guess for now. I mean, who knows what's happening later. So,
Okay.
All right, next.
Well, I tried to
That
do next.
button.
Well, but there's 2 screens here that I'm messing with.
Okay. And then there's going to be play. Push the play button. Okay, so this is all Kelly right now. And that's a flyover of the future golf course. So just so you have an idea of what's happening now, what it looks like right now. And then next screen.
So the homes along the Bear Creek, is there gonna be extra like flood insurance type things that they're gonna have to get?
I don't think so. I mean, again, that will ultimately be up to, when you close what they're going to make you, but at this point, they're all up above. They sit pretty high above. And that what does back up to Bear Creek, they're working to change, but there's a drop down back there. So again, I can't guarantee that, and they're not our lot, so we haven't done a ton of research on it, but it should be fine. This is a gist of what we have done on our interiors. This is our model now. Like I said, we're doing a great This is what we do this with all of our clients. So, patient, I was construction for a long time, and I worked with a lot of construction. And the way he got started, I've worked with him off and on for 5 or 6 years, been trained by him, worked under him in some capacity. And he was actually trying to get another builder to come build in this development. And they ended up not, he was negotiating it. They ended up not taking that deal. And he was like, I think I can do this and I know how to do this. I've been consulting with 150 builders over the last 10 years. I think I want my shot, right? He's taking a shot. And so he really, but because he's coming from a sales perspective and not a builder perspective, he understands what you care about. He understands what your buyers care about. He cares about treating realtors well. So everything that we're doing is coming from the perspective of the buyer, just the builder, right? But because we didn't know as much on the building side, he hired someone that's been in construction for 30 years, that's done purchasing, had a building most recently out of custom homes. He's phenomenal. So again, I'm beyond impressed with the people that I am working with, and fully trust what I'm telling you, that your clients will be in good hands. Okay, one more, I think. Oh, no, there's 2 more. Okay, this is, you don't have to read all this. This is just kind of a general overview of where we are trying to stand out. We call them pivot points. There's tons of natural light in the homes. Everything has a 7, possibly an 8-foot window in tons of them, tons and tons of windows and natural light. Covered patios, they're not a dinky 10 by 8 patio. It is an actual outdoor living space that is beautiful. The covered patios are 12 feet too. So we're still trying to get that natural light in your home by raising up those outdoor windows. Entries, just beautiful and grand. We did a 3-foot 6 wide door instead of just 3 foot. Our model home has a 23-foot entrance. It's really pretty. And then pivot office are like, they're maybe a little bit smaller than that, but they're, instead of doing a whole bedroom sized office, it's a Zoom room with, and it comes with a built-in desk and upper cabinets. It's tucked away, but it's a great working space without over giving too much real estate to an office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. And then one more is just differences. And I've talked a little bit about this. Attention to construction. We label your rooms when you walk in. We've paved little temporary paths so you're not like pulling boards over to try to get into the house. Custom finishes, 12 to 13 foot ceilings, wide entries, massive windows, foam insulation, tankless water heaters, 8-foot solid core doors throughout the home. So, well, I guess upstairs they're 6'8", but they're still solid core. We don't paint the hinges. Just again, you're going to feel those really high-end touches when you walk around. Architecturally unique. People have been, again, when I walked into a million new construction homes, and you walk in, there's 2 bedrooms on the left with a shared bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they're predictable. These aren't predictable. They're unique. They're different. The layouts are phenomenal. And then, like, we kind of walk through some of the elevated digital experience. We really care about making it easy for your clients to tour and understand what they're getting. So that's a gist. What questions did I miss?
Okay, so let me go back.
Oh, hey, Connor. In the front pocket, I'm sorry, y'all. I have actual flyers with prices of homes on there. I just remember.
Oh, great. And I'll get that scanned in to the Slack message, and I'll share that on Google Drive with you guys this afternoon. Okay, so if you have a question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself if you need to. Anybody here?
I think, because I did visit with Jordan, I think that these homes feel like custom built homes without a custom built home price. They had she's talking about the floor plan. I think the flexibility of the floor plan was really cool to me. Like whenever y'all saw the model home and it had like the little seating area in the back, it could be used as a dining room or a second office or that little seating area next to the living room. The floor plans are just insane. And some of the things like they have in there, like the little office had the little tucked away door.
Oh, yeah. We've used,
Yeah,
Maybe
pocket
a
door.
and their
Like,
solid
to
core
keep
pockets
spot.
are really nice.
Yes, I mean, like the doors are amazing. He talked about the way that they construct the second floor to make sure that it doesn't ever squeak or make noise. It has to do with the way they, I don't know, the boards
The
they use.
Vantech
The
flooring.
Vantech
Yeah.
flooring, and they have these windows that are better than everybody else's windows. I don't remember what they're called. And it's like the things you would see in custom built homes that you do not see in spec homes normally with most builders. So if you have an opportunity to go out there and see, Jordan's extremely flexible and friendly and amazing and knows everything about all this. And she barely told us anything in this short little presentation compared to the amount of things that are going on out there. So it's just worth your time to go out there and look at it.
It's super modern,
It
Dallas
is
modern.
It is.
Like, is this
yes.
what the community is going to be like?
No. So, okay, so the owner, Ralph, is from Dallas, South Lake, and then I'm Austin. And so, but he, like I said, he's consulting with hundreds of builders, and this is what we see coming. And we think the modern is coming, and that's what he likes. He likes that sleek, modern look. No, we are the first in Aledo to be doing this. It does feel really different.
There is a community in South Lake that looks like this. It's
Yeah, so I think I've seen some Highland plans rolling out. I think all of us are about to see a lot more modern rolling in. And again, clearly Dallas, Austin, they're already doing it. It hasn't made its way west. I used to work for a different builder in Weatherford. And I got to that builder, I was like, oh my gosh, these farmhouses have got to go. Well, I was wrong because Weatherford is still buying farmhouses. They still love it. So again,
I don't think you were wrong. It's just they don't have anything else to buy.
yeah, well, and
Everyone
that's,
is a farmhouse in Weatherford. They don't have anything else to buy. So this gives options of other things.
so
to
this
buy.
is, yeah, this is forward. And surprisingly, a lot of the people that have come down, like the actual buyers that have come down, have been like somewhere between 50 to 70. Like they come out because they like the modern and they like the sleek lines. Very surprising to me. We do, we're all 3-car garages. I don't think I said that.
Oh, yeah, you didn't say
Um,
so.
Everything is 3-car garage. And, yeah, we're building, we've got a 2,400 square foot, just under home that again is like you walk in the door and there's a bedroom on this side, a bedroom on this side, the primary's at the back. It is the best downsizing that's still getting all the luxury home I've come across.
Question, what's the earnest money deposit, time to build, and where is the design center located?
Great, all great questions. Thank you, Patty. Okay, so deposit, we're gonna do a 5%. We'll flex a little bit, honestly, to get clients into the homes right now. We're motivated to start selling and to get a sell. So if we need to break up a payment or something like that, we will. So the 5% deposit, and of course that goes towards their down payment when they close. If they want to do a construction loan, if they want to build and do a construction loan, we'll give them basically what they would spend, the difference there, back in design. So, in fact, we'd love to do that. Time to build. We started our first home on January 24th, and we're closing on, or we'll be finished end of June. And that is the first time we've ever built these floor plans. So he is very fast. He's very on top of things. I'm guessing about 6 months, 7 months to be safe. Oh, and it was all during the rainy season. I mean, we're just knocking them out. Design center is located in Dallas. So we're using flooring services design. It's gorgeous. It's massive. It's a trip. But when you get there, you have every selection under the sun. And we're using those professional designers to guide the clients along. So it's not us coming up with our own stuff. We do, of course, have, here's what's included, but, and I'm going to speak to this too, our spec homes only have like roughly $15,000 in upgrades and then period, because everything is included. They are so nice. Like they're just really nice. So come out and see that to just understand, hey, already we're just trying not to nickel and dime people. We think everything we're putting in is of value. The foam insulation is valuable. The gas, water heaters are valuable. And so we're starting with those things. We're not asking your client to pay for it.
So does Welsh have gas? I can't remember. Yeah, Welsh.
Yeah, they should.
Do we have gas?
I would imagine so. Yeah. Okay.
Patty, will you put a shirt on?
Sorry. So real quick, how many design center appointments does the client get?
They get 2 3-hour appointments, I believe, but they do get 2.
Okay,
So
and then,
4 hours, and then they can pay for additional time if they want to.
okay, that's great. And then I'm glad you touched on what your spec home has, because I think that can be very off-putting at this price point home to see $80,000 of upgrades and add to it. So that's very positive. And then you said you could break up, you said 5% on the down payment?
On the security deposit, so that's your earnest money. So yes, 5%. And again, we're at a different price point. I've worked at all price points. We're assuming that at this price point, they have more cash, and we want it to be painful for them to walk away, because we're taking a big risk on the client by holding this house for them. But like I said, that being said, today we're also motivated to sell. So come at me with an offer.
So if it's already built, like the one that's already ready in June, then theoretically you could just put an offer in, do whatever.
Correct.
Y'all would work with that.
Yes, exactly. Theoretically,
But like a future build needs more money down.
exactly. Yes.
But that 5% is negotiable, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you guys are hungry enough to negotiate.
I didn't say that out loud, but yeah, I mean, come at me with like, hey, they're not willing to do this. But again, like when we start building a home, especially at this price point, we are taking on a lot of responsibility.
On the
So
other
that's
side
why.
of that, are y'all using standard builder contract, or do you have your own contract?
We are using a TAB contract, so Texas Association of Builders standard contract.
Good.
Okay, so it'll have a third-party financing addendum, things like that, there's no sneaky verbiage that you're getting our 5% down and then.
Right, yes. So
Right, go to
anything
10%
that's
and it's-
standard there, yes. And I was telling Holly yesterday,
Yeah.
y'all, my reputation is very, very important to me. And so I promise to be above board on everything I can ever communicate. So if there's something that falls through the cracks, it typically doesn't have to do with my character. And so I want to treat you well. In fact, our goal is to be totally referral based. Like we want our clients to refer us. We want you to refer us. We're honoring 3% plus. Like we really, really, we need you guys at this point. And we want to work together and do right by everybody. So yes, I will not try to hide anything with some crazy contract.
Well, I asked because I've had it happen.
I
It
know.
wasn't on a $250,000 house, and
Yeah.
rates doubled, and they were like, well, sorry, we don't have financing addendum, so good luck.
Yeah. It hurts. I get it. So
Well, thank you, Jordan, for coming out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Connor, for coming out. I've got a couple of announcements before we get done. Is there anything else you need to cover? Oh, you wanted to do this?
Connor's just walked out actually, because he had somewhere to be. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Let me think of a different way. I mean, does anyone just really want a cup and they'll just go off pivot homes when they go around?
And I would use it.
Okay, if you'll use it and you'll tell people about pivot,
I
you can
will.
keep it. And tell you what, if y'all come down and take a look, and we'll keep on.
Yeah, so if you go visit her, there's more of those.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I'm
I think-
just saying, there's more agents in this office. You need one too.
And
I already have one.
Let's see.
How you have your model, and then you have how many homes that are almost done?
3. So we've got our model. We've got 3. All 3 of these homes that are listed here will be done in the next 30 days. And then we just started one. So we just started framing. And we've got one more getting off the ground. So all of those could be done before the end of the year.
Patty, I'll get that information in Slack later today. It'll go in with the meeting notes.
are y'all open to us coming and doing like social media and
Please,
content?
yeah, please do. And I talked to them yesterday. Of like, yeah, like, and because y'all, we too, like, we're very Instagram and Facebook forward. And so that's where we've invested marketing wise. And I know you guys do too with Sixth Avenue Storytelling. And so, yes, please, like, let's push each other out. And I mean, Angela's gonna be on, we've done video, we pushed her back out. So yeah, use us, please. Headshots, videos, like you name it, let's tag each other and get each other out to the world. So,
Thank you, Jordan.
yeah.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
And there's cookies out here.
Please stick around. They may have some more questions after we get done. We got about 10 minutes. Okay. So a couple announcements that I need to hit. Number one, my embarrassment from my post on Sunday that Danielle went and paid her dues, but your dues are due. So just so y'all know, please go make sure your dues are on auto pay. Danielle says she can't figure out how to do it on Creative Fort Worth, so mine are auto pay. I don't know how I did it.
They send you a piece of paper, make you fill it out and send it back. It's a whole thing.
Right at the
Okay.
beginning, right when you
You
were
have to
joining.
email, what's her name?
Well,
Erica?
They just keep telling me, we don't do that. I'm like, I don't.
Call
that's
member
not real.
services. Call
Yeah,
member services.
that's
But it's really nice because I don't ever think about my dues anymore because they're automatically paid. But they are due in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. So, okay. Several people asked me yesterday with the new forms coming out, are we going to do a class? Yes.
Oh,
We will be doing classes on the new buyer representation forms that are coming out. Kristen, thank you for posting that draft thing in Slack yesterday. I like the way that looks. I think it's cool, but we don't have anything in right. It's not final yet. So until we get approval from TAR, I think it's premature for us to be going into a form that may change. It probably will be the same, but you don't ever know until it gets past the broker lawyer committee. Okay. So yes, we will be doing some training on it. Does that mean we'll be doing it here in the office? Maybe. We might have somebody from McKnight or Old Republic or the Baker firm, one of the attorneys come over and go through it with us. That's a possibility. It may be one of those things where that as soon as they come out, the Baker firm rents out the Tarrant County Convention Center and invites 40,000 people to come listen. So I just don't know what that looks like right now, but yes, we will be covering whatever is on.
If it could be a CE, that would be even better.
It probably will be a CE when they get the class designed, but it's just in succession. We have to wait for the forms. Okay. Brian told me that he took the ABR, the accredited buyer representation, the free class from NAR, and loved it. So please, if you haven't done ABR and you do a lot of buyers, it's well worth your time. There's some great information there. Code of ethics, they're not kidding. It's the end of the year. We got 6 months.
It's due tomorrow.
That'll be next month.
Tasha's brother said he would come do a class for us here.
Okay.
Ryan.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, he said that yesterday, so I don't know how many people need it.
Well, probably if we did that, it'll be after the summer because I've already got the summer completely booked for you guys. Sorry.
That's fine.
That's
I mean,
right.
after the summer's fine.
Okay.
He'll come do it.
So, okay. This Saturday is party on the patio here at the office. Setup is at 2:00 on Friday. If you're not doing anything, got a moment, come by. We're getting tables and chairs. We'll need some help moving things around. You're in charge of sweeping. Okay. Does everybody get my Sunday night email?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because if you don't have your Sixth Avenue, okay, so if you're checking your Gmail on Outlook, or you're getting your regular mail someplace else, forward your Sixth Ave email to that so that you get all the stuff that we send out, because I try to send out worthy stuff for you guys. Note on the ReChat videos, the ones we did with the marketing and the transaction training, those are not on the YouTube channel. The reason is ReChat goes back behind and they do video searches on the word ReChat. And so they called me out for I put one up and I had to take it down. So if you want the ReChat trainings, just text me or email me and I'll send you the link. It's there. It's just unlisted. You can't see it. You have to have the exact link. Okay, so we have had some things occur in the background that I didn't want to give you guys the forward part of this. If you give a concession to a buyer, that is on your split after you split with the office. Okay, So like, if you're gonna give somebody a $5,000 bonus, a buyer or a seller, because something went wrong with the transaction and you've got to give $5,000, that's coming out after you're split with the office. So you would do whatever split you're on, and then when you get your portion, then your 5,000 would come out of there. Does that make
So that's
sense?
new. Is that a new implementation?
It's the way that it's supposed to have been done from the beginning, but what was happening was it wasn't in some cases. But yes, Jimmy and I, we've talked about it, because here's the thing. If we took the $5,000 off of the top, well, then Sixth Ave is not getting its portion of the commission. We're paying whatever our percentage is of that money that you're conceding to your client. So the better rule is to put it in the contract or on an amendment. If you give a concession, and so let's just say you give $5,000 on a $12,000 commission, so you're still getting $7,000. When we do the books on it, you're not getting 12 grand. You're getting your 7. That's what you're getting paid on, and that's what your 1099 will reflect. Does that make sense?
So.
Did I lose you? No.
No, I do.
Totally lost.
Huh?
She said I'm lost.
Well, this is happening because I'm just now doing it, but mine's like I'm buying the blinds. And so not 5,000, say 1,000, but
Okay.
but the builder doesn't quite, this is a new build. So the builder's not quite sure how that's going to come out. Obviously I don't want to pay taxes on that $1,000. So where do I take the grand out?
You can concede that grand on the CDA, because even though it's going to come out of your commission after your split, so if you were still paying towards your cap and splitting with the office, that $1,000 comes out. What goes onto the transaction list that we all work off of on the administration side, if you're getting $10,000 and you give 1,000, you're only getting paid $9,000. You're not paying taxes.
Right. And you guys want to get paid on the 10.
Yes, the split should come off of the commission.
Okay. So essentially if your cap's already met, this is kind of a non-issue then, right?
Right.
Okay.
Once you
All right.
flat
I
out
just
it's
want,
still
I just want to
coming.
make sure we do it right, because on a new build, there's no amendment technically. So it's going to be
Yes.
on the, it's going to be on closing docs.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You had a question, I'm sorry.
So I have my example. I have a buyer right now who sold with me, and on the sell side, I'm doing 3%. On the buy side, I'm only going to do 2.5, so they get 5%. Does that make sense?
That's different though.
So yeah, that's only gonna, they're only gonna take it from the 2.5.
Correct, not a
Correct.
full 3%.
Okay, because that's where, yeah, but I'm selling another one right now at 2%. So I just want to
Be
make sure
2%.
you are gonna take.
No, and I will never be a party of us saying nobody can take a listing for less than 3%. That is not the way that we're going to do business. I'm trying to keep this Jimmy and I are always trying to keep it as fair as we possibly can and make sure that we take care of you guys. That is our end goal. Okay. All right. Prayers for Phil. Gabby got good news that she doesn't need more stuff, that she just has to go through some treatments, but they're not bad treatments on her issue. So that's good for Gabby. Remember that if you have a pool and outdoor lead, take it directly to Jimmy, who's out of town right now, but you can still text him. And then if you see a new face around the office, we have a new guy with storytelling named Joey. And then we have Kyle, who's taking Phil's job right now while Phil is out. The 6th Avenue branded note cards. Hope you guys saw those. They're really cool. No?
How do you print those?
It's a PDF.
Okay, so do I just send them somewhere to print?
Yeah. Or just print them on your printer.
No,
Okay.
so whatever, you can send postcards to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just print them out at home on a color printer, or take them on a zip disk and take it to.
Okay.
Does Kinko still exist?
I don't know, but all this next.
Does Kinko still exist? I'm saying Kinko's in here.
Did they join together? Yeah, they did.
But I do everything with Staples.
Okay,
Staples,
so-
there's an app and you can get all sorts of discounts.
Okay, cool. Next week, Kevin Russell with Petra Home Lending will be here and bring you breakfast. And then Michael Lewis, who is my accountant and my financial advisor, he's going to be here with some estate planning and things that you need to know as a realtor. Some things that you could set up for your kids, Even he's got stuff that we're doing that started late in life. Like we have a 19-year-old and a 15-year-old.
So is he a CPA or finance?
He is a CPA. And he is also a registered agent with the
Is he
IRS.
taking?
They do take some clients. It may not be him, but his office does. They're in Southlake. But I do everything virtually. I never have to go in from any of my counties.
He'll
So
be here next week.
he'll be here next Wednesday. So 10 o'clock with Kevin Russell, and then Michael, let's get started around 10:20 or so. And we'll have about 40 minutes with Michael. And he's just got some great things he wanted to share with you guys. When I offered it to him, he was like, heck yeah, I want to be there. I would love to do that. That's one of his passions is helping people do that kind of stuff. Hope you got some good information today. Thank you to Jordan Formby with Pivot Homes. Thank you to Brett Veno, who is still out here. And also thank you to McKnight Title. Thank you guys. There's breakfast and food out here. I don't know if it's breakfast or lunch. I couldn't tell. Come eat. Bye. Thank you guys for joining us online. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
And
Bye.
I'll get links up in Slack just later this afternoon.
Thanks.
So are we officially on?
I don't know. Am I officially?
Is she joined? Are you hired?
Yeah.